We are in Hannibal, Missouri. It's a small little town, and this is where the boyhood home of Mark Twain is at. It's a really interesting little town. There's a haunted house over here, which is described in one of Mark Twain's books. There is the Mark Twain Dinette, which is a little restaurant here. Becky Thatcher's home. This was the home of Becky Thatcher, Tom Sawyer's first sweetheart in Mark Twain's book, Tom Sawyer. Tom thought Becky to be the essence of all that is charming in womanhood. That's super cool. Tom Sawyer's fence. Here stood the board fence, which Tom Sawyer persuaded his gang to pay him for the privilege of whitewashing. Tom sat by and saw it. That is awesome.
I did a play on this.
Yeah.
Not a play.
Oh shit. Father's Law, Mark Twain's Father's Law. Dude, this is so sick. This is really cool. Oh. Sí, no We are now in the town. We checked out the drugstore, the judge's house, which is essentially Mark Twain's dad. We found out that even though he was very successful within the city and he participated in a lot of civic stuff, he was super drowned in debt and ended up losing the childhood home, having to move out because the sheriff was going to collect on a lawsuit that was pending. And they moved into the Grant's house, who ended up being Ulysses Grant, who ended up becoming president also of the US, which is pretty interesting.
What?
Yeah. You missed that? See, you guys don't pay attention in museums, and then you don't learn.
Attention. No way, this is Grant though.
That's what, yes, that's what it said right there.
Wait, what happened?
And then Mark Twain actually wrote a eulogy for Ulysses Grant, which actually benefited his widow very much because all the proceeds from that went to her. So you missed that part too, huh?
No, I got that part.
Oh, you got that part.
Yeah, okay.
The Mark Twain Hotel over there, and our next stop is going to be the Mark Twain Museum, which is right there on that corner.
It is to shoot back alive, safe and sound.
The lady at the museum says that if it wasn't for Mark Twain, they probably wouldn't, this town would have probably not even be on the map. And I think she's right. I mean, the hotel is called Mark Twain. The restaurant that we're gonna go eat right now, it's called Mark Twain Dinette. And it's, yeah, Mark Twain Bridge. Everything is Mark Twain. And there's a reason for that. Super creative guy. But here's what I found out and what really hit me. Everything that he talks about in his books are experiences from his real life, told truthfully, in part. That's what he said. Maybe a few things were slightly exaggerated, but mostly they were true stories. So that's what we're gonna be doing now, from now on, with our vlogs. We're gonna be telling the true stories, mostly, about our adventures, all right? Might exaggerate a little bit, but we're gonna tell better stories. Fried chicken. Just got done eating. If you ever find yourself in this little town of Hannibal, Missouri, and you come and you're trying to get something to eat, don't come here. Not great food. Probably the worst experience we've had so far in terms of food. It was actually pretty funny because, let's see if that works. It was actually really funny because while we were here, the server brought out like a snack, and she had this chili ranch sauce, and she said, "Oh, that's my favorite thing from the restaurant." And we're like, "Oh shit." Martha and I just looked at each other like, oh damn. Sure enough, it wasn't great. Fried chicken and the root beer was okay, acceptable. Everything else that we had was bleh. So be wary.